All right, it's the 11th of February. It's a Tuesday. We've got about 30 minutes to the NY Open. We'll get to the charts in a second. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. Just 1 second. Yeah. All right. 30 minutes to the NY Open. Let's start with the calendar. Let's see what we've got today. Okay, so we've got in about 2.5 hours from now, we have some news, not important, it's not going to do much. So basically, no news today. Yeah, no news today. Tomorrow is the big one. Tomorrow is CPI, and then we have PPI on Thursday and retail sales on Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should have some decent volume, right? Now, going by the daily candle, what we saw yesterday, we had about a 575 pip candle. So that's a lot. That's healthy volume for CPI week. For the week to start with the 575 pip candle is very good. Let's see today if we can match that kind of volume. If we do, we already have, in fact, we moved for over 450 pips today. So we already matched that volume. So which means Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should also have decent volume. Okay. It's just um, an assumption based on what's been happening this week so far. Okay. There is no certainties in trading. It's a calculated guess that we've had volume at the beginning of the week, so we likely should have volume. It's very likely that we have volume on for the rest of the week as well, especially because there are news events. Okay, let's get to work. Right. So on the daily, price closed above 2900 yesterday. We had a strong bullish close yesterday. Let's go up a time frame. The weekly candle has no bottom wick, right? Now this is concerning because, I mean, concerning as in the weekly candle should have a bottom wick, just like all these weekly candles. Sometimes they don't, like here. Sometimes there are no weekly, bottom wicks. But most of the time they do. If you look at all of these candles, weekly candles, and you look at this one candle, this one doesn't, and all of these have a bottom wick, right, or a tail at the bottom. So it's likely that we will create that bottom wick somewhere this week, right? Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, right? Maybe the next couple of days we create that bottom wick. That's on the weekly. Now we have on the, let's go back to the daily. Because that's all the information that we can gather from the weekly. There's nothing to the left. To gain more information on the weekly, there is nothing to the left. All we have is this 2882, 2900, and 2950, right? So if you go to the daily, we've closed above this weekly resistance. This is I spoke about this yesterday. This is sort of temporary resistance. This level might move up a few dollars, but let's see, right? I want to see daily structure form, and then once it forms, then we'll set it, and then it's set for the next several months, right? Even a year or more. So like just like these weekly support resistance levels, these levels have been on my chart for months. Some have been on my chart for over a year. And they don't change, right? They stay the same. Those weekly SR levels are very important. They're key levels, and price does tend to come to them. At when it gets closer to them, they tend to draw price to them. Now, what's important to note that is the daily candle has closed above, yesterday's daily candle closed above 2900. This was the weekly open as well, this daily candle, but we have no bottom wick, right? And there is a demand level right there, and there is 2850 right there as well. So if price does reject and close below 2900 again, we might come down. That's on this time frame, on the daily, right? On the daily. On the 4 hours, we'll have to look at the lower time frames to see what are the information we have. But on this time frame, this is the area of liquidity on the daily time frame. When we see this area, there is 2850, there is this, and there are these two levels here, 2900 and 2882. So once we start closing below these, we should head back to 2850. Okay. All right. Let's go to our trading chart. Okay, so before we draw zones for today, I always do a recap of the previous day's trades, if I took any or if I gave any setups, right? So let's quickly go to those. Let's go to the trade that I was in. Yeah, it's kind of the 15-minute. Yeah. So I ended the stream, I think, somewhere on this candle. I think once this candle closed, if you watch the last 10 minutes of yesterday's stream, it should be clear. I think I ended it on this candle, this 15-minute candle, and I was anticipating price to head down. It did. I did close part of my position. I held a bit more. It didn't come further. Then I closed everything. I closed about, I think I had about three positions open, 3 or 4 positions open. I closed about 3 of them. I left one, anticipating price to come to the EMA. It didn't. But soon as M30 support formed here, all right, candle closed bullish, back in this zone, I closed the trade. That's it. Once that happens, price is bullish. And I said this, that was also the trade idea that I gave. I said, for those who want to, there are no sell ideas. I'm not giving any sell ideas. That's what I said very clearly. I'm not giving any sell ideas. I said the sell idea is the trade that I'm already in. I said for buys, wait for M30 support to form, right? And then look to take buys back to this high to retest the high, because this is the new high that we created with the NY open. So look for M30 support to form and for price to come and retest the high, and that's exactly what happened. So price closed here. Yeah, this was a 30-minute candle close, I think. Yeah, this one right here, 1630. Yeah, so this one. So I entered here. I got out at the top high of that candle, which is about almost 100 pips, right? Almost 100 pips with about a 50 pip stop loss, right? That was, yeah, about a, sorry, here. Yeah, about a 50 pip stop loss and about a 100 pip trade, just under 100, so almost 2 RR, right? And that's it. So the reason I took a second trade is because the first trade I took it here. That was a loss, but I managed risk. I didn't let price hit my full stop loss. And then the second trade was a winning trade because price did come to the area that I was expecting. And then I saw this other opportunity, the idea that I did give out in the stream, and when I saw the candle form just as I anticipated it would, and I said that it would, I took that trade right from here, about 100 pips, and that was it. Done. Now eventually price came back down, but it didn't break that low, and neither did it go through the liquidity candle. That's the liquidity candle that we marked yesterday, that candle right there, and price came to that low, didn't break this low, touched it, and went up, uh, pushed up 450 pips, right? So that's what happened. Now let's get rid of all of these and start this process again. Okay. All right. So first supply zone on the 4-hour, right? We have a zone here, fairly large zone, 250 pip zone. Yeah, I'm going to mark it here, but we're going to take a look at that on the 1-hour because that's a very wide zone, right? So that's a rally, there's a basin candle there and a drop. But that's a very wide zone. We're going to take a look at it on the 1-hour, right? Let's do that now. Yeah, these candles, this would have to be the leg out. Yeah, this candle right here. And that would be the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles in the base, because all these candles are side by side. And this is the move out of that zone, and this is the move into the zone, right? Let's take a look at on the 30-minute as well. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is the move out. Yeah, this one. Yeah. What is this open? 637. Yeah, 637. Okay, let's put the numbers in there. 637, and high is 271. 271. Okay. All right. So that's the closest 4-hour zone. Let's search for supply. Okay, just a second. Yeah, search for supply. Now, let's look at demand. We have a zone right here, a rally, 3 basin candles, and a rally. And prices seems like we're just about to break that zone. Yeah, that one right there. We haven't broken the zone yet. So that's a rally, 3 basin candles, and a rally. Let's look at that on the 1 hour as well. Yeah, this is the leg out. That's fine. Yeah, that's good on the 4 hour. Okay, so this open is 874, and the low is 640. 874. I'm going to bring this zone lower here to this, because we've already come deep into it. 513. We're about to break the zone anyway. Just about to break this zone. It's very likely we're going to break this zone. Just 20 pips, 17 pips. Okay. Right. Six, 661, 223. 640. Close. 620. Okay, that's better. And then this 30-minute. Yeah, this 15-minute liquidity candle. Let's extend that as well. Perfect. That's a 1-hour demand level. Very likely we're going to break that and come through, but we got to mark them because price hasn't broken it yet, right? That's a 4-hour demand level right there, because it's visible on the 4 hours. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we should come down here. Let's, yeah, we should drop. Should drop. So I'm going to extend these to the right. These zones were drawn yesterday. I'm not going to redraw them today. If you watch any one of my streams, the first 30 minutes is when I draw my zones. So you want to see any zones that are from on the chart already were drawn very likely the previous day. So that's a 1 hour demand zone. That's a high liquidity zone. High liquidity zone is a zone that has taken out an opposing supply zone, right? A high liquidity demand zone is taken out if it takes out an opposing. If a demand zone takes out an opposing supply zone, then it becomes a high liquidity demand zone. Let's extend this liquidity candle to the right as well. Perfect. Okay. Now we've covered about 400 pips to the downside. Let's extend this liquidity candle as well. I said yesterday, if we watch the first 30 minutes, that we're going to take a look at the liquidity candle in this area. So I'm going to do that today in a bit. Okay, right. Now, for the day, what we've done is so this is we've covered about 450 pips to the downside. That should be good enough, right? If you look at the daily time frame, yeah, that covers the low of that candle. That's good enough. Maybe we extend one more. Yeah, probably just one more. In case we have another big candle like yesterday. Okay, right. Now, we've done this. We've identified supply demand. Zones for the New York session for the first couple of hours or 2 to 3 hours of the New York session. Now the next thing is identifying out of those zones, the new ones that I drew today, which ones are high liquidity zones and which ones are not. Let's start with the zone that we're currently in. Right. This is the most recent zone that we drew. This rally, 3 basin candles and a rally. Has it taken out anything to the left? Yeah, it did take out. So there was supply here. We formed this supply here on the 1 hour time frame, a rally, a base, and a drop, and this move up took out that supply. Yeah, so that was the zone, 35 pip zone. This move up that started here around 2900 took that zone out. So we're going to name this as a high liquidity zone. Now the one below isn't a high liquidity zone. I had mentioned that already yesterday because it didn't take out anything to the left. Let's look at everything else is already marked from yesterday. Let's look at this area. Let's look at this zone. Has it taken out any supply? Has it taken out any demand? So we have this a rally base and a rally. Price has come down, broken that low. We also have a zone here which we're just about to break. We still have about 10 pips there, but we've taken out this zone, rally, base, rally, right? So that's a 26, 25 pip zone. This candle dipped into it, and then price came and took that out, right? That low, that candle low, it took it out here. So that's a high liquidity zone. Okay. All right. Done. Let me just clean up the chart. Yeah, we're just about to break this zone now. Yeah, there we go. Now we took out, I think, that this demand here. Yeah, we did. This low is 96.69 and this low is 96.68. Yeah, so we just broke this low, right? So there's a drop and a base and a rally here, and price came down and took out this demand zone. Now we're coming into this, right? But I'm going to still keep the zone because the NY session hasn't opened yet, and I want to see if a candle closes back in. I want to have that zone there until we fully break and close below. Okay, so we're dropping really hard on the 4 hour. Yeah, we're creating lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I think we're continuing down, probably going to come straight down here. Great. Okay, next is um, if price pulls back to this zone, to this 4 hour zone, let's look at the 1 hour, maybe on the 30-minute. Yeah, yeah, there we're going right through. Okay, so if you pull back to this zone, is there a liquidity candle here? I'm looking for the largest candle. The largest candle is that so far, 360 pip candle. Let's go to 30 minutes. It's still that candle. Go down to the 15-minute. Still that candle. Go down to the 5-minute. And it's that candle right there. Yeah, I'm going to mark that candle on the 5-minute. One 72328. Let's go down to the 1-minute. This probably happened during some news, I think. Asian session. It's outside the zone. Yeah, I'm going to keep the 5-minute there. That's a liquidity candle right there. It's a very large candle, but it is a liquidity candle. Okay. About 8 minutes for news. Got plenty of time. I'm going to wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. If I'm going to do anything until then, I always wait for the first 15-minute candle to close, for the NY session first 15-minute candle to close before doing anything. Okay, so now we have liquidity candle up here. Price has already broken through this zone, this 4-hour zone. It's come down to this zone. This zone isn't a high liquidity zone, so it should break through that as well. We tapped it yesterday, so it seems like we're coming right through it. We've already crossed the 50% mark of that liquidity candle, so we might have a pullback now, and then we might drop straight through and break this low. Once we break that low, we know where we're coming to. We're coming here. So that's another 120 pip drop, right? Price is coming here, right? Because let's see if we can get in cells there to take that 120 pip drop down. But I want to see a pullback before that happens. Okay, I said we're going to take a look at this zone again, because it's a very large. We have plenty of time. We've got another 6, 15. Yeah, we got another 20, 21, about just over 20 minutes for the analysis. Okay, right. So let's take a look at this. This is a 4-hour zone. So this zone was drawn basically yesterday based off these basing candles. So there is a rally here. So I explained this yesterday very clearly. This candle here and this candle here are like bookends, right? So one is your leg in, this is your leg in, and this is your leg out. And the zone is inside that, okay? Or you can even consider this as your leg out, and all of these candles are inside. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles inside, and this is the leg out. So it's a fairly large zone. Now you can narrow down that zone on the 1 hour. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, you can narrow it down here. One zone here, and then another zone down here, right? So drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basin candles and a rally, and then 1, 2, rally, 1, 2, 3, 4 basin candles and a rally, right? But they'll more or less end up the same. It'll end up that wide. It'll instead of two 1-hour zones, you're taking one 4-hour zone because it's visible on the 4-hour. But let's take a look at that area and see. Look at the largest candle. So the largest 1-hour candle is this. It's a 225 pip candle. Still this 191 pips, 152 pips. Let's go down to the 15-minute. It's 107. It's 91, 93. This candle right here, 107 pips. Price broke out, tried to come back in. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Six, 53, 74, 82. Yeah, there we go. We've broken through. We're coming straight down. And this is not even NY open yet. This is pre-NY volume coming straight through. So we know where we're coming. That's once it breaks that low, this candle low, that's a 125 pip drop here. But there's nothing we can do. At least there's nothing I can do. I don't chase price. I always wait for the pullback. I have to see a pullback. If there is no pullback, then I don't trade. So this is the 15-minute candle. I'm going to have to mark two candles here. Yeah, I'm going to have to mark two candles here. Sometimes in these very wide zones, I've said this many times, if it's very wide, the 4-hour zone, then you do get two liquidity candles in it. We're going to have to mark it out. Both of them might not work, but nevertheless, they're liquidity, right? It's not about it working or not. It's about identifying liquidity. So that's a liquidity candle. So price might not find enough liquidity in there and come to the one further down, but that still is a liquidity candle. 525, 455, 525, 455. And then there is this candle right here, which is the 5-minute, the one that we drew yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to keep those two. Okay, so done. Prices come right through these. Yeah, we can take this off now. Sorry. We can take off this zone right now because price has broken right through it and broken the next one too. So that doesn't matter anymore. But I'm going to keep this one because I want to see if we have a close back into that zone to head up before we continue down, right? So this is what we have for the NY session. This is a lot of volume. This is a lot of volume. This is another 560 pips. So yesterday also think 550, 560, yeah, 575 pips. And today we've matched that the volume, the daily range. Yesterday was about 575, and today we're almost there again at 575. And this is just Tuesday. And no news yesterday, no news today. So CPI, PPI, retail sales should bring in a fair decent amount of volume. Um, got about, yeah, 506, 50. Yeah, that's good. We've got to get through all of this. So let me just do one thing. I'll just extend this zone here as well. It's a 4-hour zone, but it's visible on the 1 hour. I think on the 30 minute, sorry. The 30 minute it's visible because that's where you see the base, the drop and the base and the rally. It's a 4-hour zone. It's a 4-hour zone, but the base is visible on the 30 minute, right? That's a 4-hour zone. You have a drop and a rally. So there is a zone there. So, but the base is not visible on the 4-hour. It's visible on the 30 minute, right? So I'm going to extend that to the right as well, in case price just plummets down. Extend that liquidity candle as well. It's a 97 pip candle. Okay. So we're covered down to about another 430 pips. Yeah, if you get there, then today we're going to have a 900 pip candle, a plus 900 pip candle if you come all the way down there, but I don't think so. We might react here. There are many areas of liquidity. There are many areas for price to grab liquidity. Here, 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 here. So that's a liquidity candle. We've marked there the light green box. This is a liquidity candle we identified here just now. This liquidity candle was identified yesterday, and this is a liquidity candle here, and also there is 2850 a BRN, right? Those are all liquidity areas to pause price and push it in the other direction. But price is very bearish, and I prefer sells. I want to see a pullback to get in on these on the move down. But if it does come here, you want to wait for M30 support to form before looking for a trade to go up. M30, clear M30 support, not a doji, but a clear M30 bull candle that forms support. You want to wait for that, and then the next candle, 30-minute candle to retrace. Then you take the entry and you take the trade up. And the safer stop loss is always under the liquidity candle. Whichever of these candles, whichever of these zones price is reacting to, under this light green area, that's the end of the liquidity candle. This is the end of this liquidity candle. This box here, the end of this is the end of, so is the end of this liquidity candle that we identified here. The edge, the bottom edge of the box, right? And this is the end of this liquidity candle, and this is the end of this liquidity candle. We're coming down, we're coming down, we're coming straight down. There's no pullback. Yeah, you gotta wait for the 50-minute candle to close. Let's see what happens if you have a pullback. But price is just plummeted down. Yeah, we've not made a single M15 candles are making lower lows and lower highs, no pullback at all. Since when was it? Since almost the London session, we've just been just pushing down 300 pips. Okay, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we're going to take a look at what price has done so far since the market opened. Asian session, in the Asian session and in the London session. And once we identify that, we might have a better idea of what price may do in the first couple of hours of the New York session. Okay, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll discuss that. Just save this. Okay. Second. Okay. All right. So we're just pushing down. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing. No sells for me until there's a pullback. Okay. So let's look at what price did and let's see. I think we might have to very likely have to wait for NYSE open today for that pullback. And I'm not going to get anything right now. I think it's going to take time. So we're going to patiently wait for that. Let's take a look at any other news. All right. See where the market opened. Okay, that's the market open right there. Zoom in a bit. Here. There's the market open, right? So daily candle opened at 2907.98, around 2908. That's where we opened, right? So as soon as the daily candle opened, price pushed up. Yeah, we didn't create a. That's the Asian high. Hmm. Yeah, that's the Asian high. That's the Asian low. Very quickly. It happened very, very quickly. 271. This is the low, 598. And then we have the low, 190. This would be the London high. Price just dropped without creating a swing high. 533. Okay, so Asian session price moved 365 pips, and in the London session we moved about 130 pips, right? So just 1/3 of that. Asian session was very volatile. Um, so yeah, so price opened here. We just pushed up without creating any swing lows. We just pushed straight up, created the Asian high, dropped, created the Asian low. Price came back, grabbed liquidity from this liquidity candle that we had identified here on the 5-minute. This candle right here that was created in the Asian session, price came into that, deep into that. So we crossed the 50% mark already of that candle. So the next time it does come, it might break that candle. Remember that we might break this high and continue higher because price has already come back up. It went down, came back up and crossed the 50% mark of this candle, right? Which is around there. We've crossed the 50% mark and it then pushed down. We pushed back up, created the London high, pushed down, tested the Asian low here with this candle, pushed back up, closed below the Asian low, came down, created the London low, ranged for a while, right? So on the 1 hour, you range for about almost 3 hours, right? And then we tapped into that Asian low one last time and then plummeted down 225 pips straight down from that Asian low. Okay, so 220 pips straight down off that last tap into that Asian low, and we're very bearish. So we've broken below the London low and the Asian low, and where this is all outside of the daily range, outside of the range price has been trading, right? It's outside, so we're pushing down hard. And if there is no pullback, there is no sells for me until I see a pullback, a clear pullback. I need to see at least two M15 lows highs taken out to draw my fib, and then to take sells. Until then, absolutely no sells until I see that. Minimum two 15-minute highs have to be taken out, right? That's how I draw my fib. If you watched any of my streams, you'll see how I draw my fib. I need to see two highs, any two M15 highs to be taken out. It doesn't have to be consecutive. It just has to take out two M15 highs since starting from the pre-NY session, which is 1400 hours on IC market server time, which is there. Since that candle, starting from that candle, I need to see two M15 highs taken out. Then I'll draw my fib, and then I can take entries and anticipate price to head further down. But until price pulls back and takes out two M15 highs, no sells for me. And no buys either, because for buys, price has to get to one of these liquidity areas and create M30 support. Until that happens, no buys either. Okay, so we just wait. We might have to wait for NYSE open. I have a feeling because price has already made a big move, a pre-NY move of a 225 pips. So we might continue down. Yeah, at least I know where price is heading. It's heading to this liquidity candle here. That's the first stop. If there isn't enough liquidity, then it's going to go to the next one. And that is another 60 pips away, 65 pips away. So we have to wait. Got to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. There's a lot of waiting today. A lot of waiting. We've moved 590 pips today. So we've gone beyond yesterday's daily candle, right? So yesterday's daily candle did 575. Today we've done 590. So there's a lot of volume. Now we are coming to 2882, 2834. Let's put those two lines on the chart. 2882. 2882 and 2834. 2834. Yeah. Weekly support there. But I think we're heading further down. Let's see. Price hasn't confirmed on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, on the weekly. Price hasn't confirmed these two levels yet. 2834, 2882, not confirmed them as weekly SR levels, right? I mentioned this yesterday. We haven't confirmed it as weekly SR levels. I also said at the beginning, the first 5 minutes of the stream, that this weekly candle has no bottom wick, and it very likely needs to create a bottom wick. So is it creating that bottom wick today, or is it going to create it tomorrow? I don't know, but it needs a bottom wick. Not all the time, but most of the time the weekly candles need a bottom wick. So yeah, we're creating no pullback. We're just heading down. We're heading to 2882. Then further down to this liquidity candle. It's another 40 pip drop. See, we tapped into 2882. We are getting a reaction there. So there is I don't know that that reaction will hold. It might not hold. Price might go through it, but it's still tapped into that perfectly, and it's pushed up 35 pips already. So these weekly SR levels are very, very important. But as I said, these two are not confirmed yet. I need to see more daily structure or weekly structure on these levels to confirm these levels. But the rest are all good, and I've had these levels for months on my chart. I've had them for a very long time. I think since around April 2024, so about a year. March, yeah, just about a year, little under a year. It's 50 pip push from that, yeah, 50 pip push from 2882. That's if you're a scalper, not for me. I'm waiting for something very specific. For sells, as I said, I'm waiting for price to pull back, and I want to see two M15 highs, minimum two M15 highs taken out, right, before I look for sells. For buys, I want to see M30 support form, right? I want to see M30 support form. So until then, not doing anything, absolutely nothing. Yeah. Yeah, we're coming down. We're coming down for sure, but can't take sells until I have my setup. Can't take sells. Okay, so I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Got to wait for this 50-minute candle to close anyway. I'll be back in a bit. All right. It's a lot of waiting today. Look at that tap, push 80 pips from 2882. Perfect trade for scalping. It's honestly nothing to do but just wait. Moves already already happened. So I want to see maybe price come up to this candle, maybe to this candle. Yeah, into this candle. That's the largest candle. 78. Yeah, that's the largest candle. Pre-NY session during volume session. So come up maybe here. Let's see if we can come up here, create break 2 M15 highs, and then look for a trade to come down. On the 5-minute, this candle has no top wick. 688. Yeah, somewhere into this candle. Okay, so what I want to see is this. With those two high breaks, with that two M15 highs being taken out, I want to see a M15 bearish candle close inside this zone. A M15 bear candle, a bearish M15 candle close inside this zone or outside this zone here, below this zone. Or even if we get a tap into 2900 and a bearish candle close, that also would be good. But I want to see a M15 bear candle, a rejection basically from this zone. So this is a previous zone, a 1 hour zone that we had marked here. The candle closed, the 1 hour candle closed below it, so the zone is broken. Now that zone turns into resistance, 30-minute resistance, or yeah, 30-minute resistance, and then a candle to come down and retest the low. Right, this is on the 50-minute time frame or on the 30-minute time frame. Price has created a new low in the New York session, right? That's what we've done. We've created a new low. Now we've formed M15 support here. Okay, we've broken one high there. That high is 038, and this high is 067. Yeah, we've broken one high now. Let's see if we can go further up. Somewhere into this candle. This candle is 130. So 65, midway point of that candle. $93.5. Yeah. 30-minute, we've created a doji-like candle. Yeah, this is not support for me. This is a doji sort of candle. This is not clear support. This is price still trying to push down to this liquidity candle. We've just stopped at 2882. Let's look at the 5-minute. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Got to wait for another 15-minute candle to close. It's got to wait. It's got to wait. Wait for this candle to close. Closing back in this zone. 30-minute candle. Close back in this zone. Might head back higher. If the 15-minute candle closes, yeah. So if the 15-minute candle closes inside this zone, we're very likely to head higher. Okay. So there are no sells yet. And there are no buys either because we're very bearish right now. And this is not a clear signal yet. This is not a signal because it happened just at 2882. That is weekly. That's a weekly SR level right there. Price had tapped that several times, but that is not a reason to buy for session trading. If you're a scalper, perfect trade to get in on. On the 1-minute time frame, we reject. 1-minute candle close, a bullish engulfing candle, stop loss under the candle, take the retracement, take the trade going up, perfect. That's a good 3 RR trade, easy 3 RR trade. But that's for if you're scalping. But if you're a session trader, I'm a session trader, that's not a reason to buy. You need to see clear M30 support form. This is a doji. If I had a candle like this, see the difference between this candle and this candle. If I had a candle like this form here, then that's a better candle to wait for the retracement and to take buys, but not this, because price can at any moment just push down again. I'm waiting for sells. I'm waiting for that 15-minute bearish candle close to take sells. So price has broken 1M15 high. Let's wait for this candle to close. Should have the next one. We've come into this candle. I put the price level at 2893.50. That's the 50% mark of this candle. This liquidity candle right here from 2900. Let's see if we get a reaction here. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. Wait for this candle to close. 6 minutes more. Mm. Yeah, I think this is the pullback for the continuation in NYSE session. For the continuation down in NYSE session, this is the pullback. So it's best to wait. It's best to wait. Yeah. Yeah, it's best to wait. 130 pip candle, 60 pip candle, 67, 5 pip candle, 80 pip, 5 pip candle, 130, 65, 85. Yeah, this is likely the pullback for the NYSE session. Got about 45 minutes for the NYSE open. It's plenty of time. Price might just pull back, range for a couple of candles. We might see volume come in after that. Just wait for the candle to close. Price is still pushing up. Still pushing up. There is no liquidity here above this candle high. Above this high is 2900.05. So this is the last area of liquidity, 2900 basically. This candle high is 2900, right? You can consider as 2900. So above 2900, there is no liquidity for another 135, for about 135, 140 pips. Yeah, to about this, about 145, 140, 145 pips. Absolutely no liquidity, right? Above 900, the next liquidity area is the liquidity candle. So that's a 135, 145 pip move above 2900 because there is no liquidity for price to turn. So if price is reversing, it needs to reverse at this liquidity candle or at 2900. So that's why I said I want to see that bearish candle. I want to see the rejection. I want to see that bearish candle, the 15-minute push down. If it pushes down here, somewhere here, if I get the bearish candle here, then I'll take a trade, stop loss above this candle high, above this is, I would consider this as the liquidity candle, and put the stop loss above that candle high, or on the 30-minute above, yeah, above this candle high, above the 30-minute candle high, right? That would be better. Yeah, above the 30-minute candle high. So 2901.7, so around 2902, right? That would be better. 2902 stop loss, and then look for a trade to come down here. That's about 160 pip move down. But stop loss would be above this candle. I need, for that to happen, I need to see a 15-minute bearish candle close here, back inside this candle, not outside of it, but inside it. A 15-minute candle close inside it. Now this candle came and broke and closed outside of it to the downside. I want to see the retracement and a candle close inside this for sales to come down. But place a stop loss above the 30-minute candle high, which is this one, above this candle high, which is 290, around 2902, and then sales to come down about 150, 160 pips. But a 15-minute candle has to close. Okay, now we've broken two highs. So this candle broke this high, this candle broke this high. Got to wait for this candle to close. It's got to wait for the candle to close. It's got another 13, about 13 and a half minutes. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. We've got some time. Got a bit of waiting to do today. Yeah, it's very likely I'm going to probably wait another 30 minutes before I decide to do anything. Um, yeah, let's wait for this 30-minute candle to close. That'll also be the close of the 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle also, that closing at the same time of the 30-minute candle. And that'll also be the close of the 1-hour candle, right? So let's wait for, that's a good candle, that's a good period of time to wait for. In 13 minutes, you'll have the 1-hour close, the 30-minute close, and the 15-minute close. So we'll have a lot more information on the chart. So let's wait. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to take a sell here based on this 5-minute candle. A stop loss above exactly where I said it would be. Take another one higher. Stop loss above the 30-minute candle high. This candle high. 1.70. 1, say 2. Yeah. Yeah, we're coming higher. There's no top wick on that. I've just taken 2 very small positions. Just above 2893, above the 50% mark. Anticipating price to come down to here. Two double eight three. Then 0. If you can get there, it's about 140, 150 pips. Let's see. Should have the volume to get there today. Should have the volume. Let's see how this candle closes. If this candle, the anticipation is that this candle in 7 minutes closes bearish inside the range. If it doesn't and closes bullish, then I'll close my positions. I just opened 2 positions based off this 5-minute rejection from this area. But if we close bullish, if the 15-minute candle closes bullish, that means the 1-hour candle is closing very likely to close above the zone, and the 1-hour and the 30-minute both will close above the zone, above this area right here, above 2896, right? So if that happens, then I'm going to close. If that doesn't, that means the 15-minute is very likely to close bearish like this. So we have to wait another six minutes. We'll wait and see. 6 minutes. Yeah. So the idea is sells for price to be very bearish to come down. Yeah, around here, 2883, first to around 2883, and then to 2880, and then even further down, if there is volume, to what's the next level? 2876. Yeah, if you can get there, that's about 180 pip move if you get there. Let's see, the 15-minute candle, 5 minutes more for the candle to close. Then we'll know what the 1-hour candle, the 30-minute, and the 15-minute looks like. And that'll also, we'll have about 30 minutes to the NYSE open, so price should kind of technically range a bit. We should have a couple more 15-minute candles close here before NYSE open. But I'll close these cells only if the 1-hour 30-minute candle closes above this, right? Above the liquidity candle that we had drawn. Above the zone, sorry, above the zone. Where is it? Here, above this zone. Close 96.61. 96.61. Yeah. If the 30-minute candle closes above 96.61, I'm closing everything. If it doesn't, that means we're rejecting 96.61 and pushing down. Why 96.61? Because that was the previous demand zone, right? That we had drawn yesterday. A rally, base, rally. That's the demand zone. So if we close above that base, which is 96.61, that means we're heading higher, probably to this area here, to 2900 or to this area. So there's no reason to hold sells down here in drawdown. Absolutely no reason. So you close them and then you wait for confirmation. Once price gets there, wait for M30 resistance to form or M15 resistance to form, ideally M30 resistance, and then take the trade down, right? That's how you trade. That's how you look for a reason to enter, and that's how also you manage risk. Managing risk is so important in trading. It is probably more important than any entry system. Managing risk. Possibly more important than any entry system, right? So if the candle closes above 2896.61, it's about 17 pips away. If it closes at that level, that means we're closing bullish. I'll close the trades, right? I'll close it. It'll be a very small. That's how I manage. That's how you keep your losses so small. You just manage risk based on price action, right? We are coming up 2 minutes more. Let's see if we come up and we close at either at 96 or above it. Then I close because that means we're coming higher. There's no reason to hold trades down here. You can wait for price to get higher, wait for confirmation to take the sells down if price is coming down. Yeah, seems like we're going to close above. Get ready to close. A minute and a half more. So the 1 hour candle is closing back above that zone. Interesting, right? Interesting. And we formed clear support. If this candle closes, now we form support. This one I consider as a doji. So now we form support. Clear support here. If we close above 2896.61. Pushing back below. Yeah, just look at the 1 minute candle. Yeah, we're closing above. 30 seconds. We'll wait for the last 5 seconds and close. Because we are closing above. 30-minute candle is closing above there. 15-minute candle is closing. The 1 hour candle is closing above. All the time frames are closing above. Yep. There we go. Closed. That's how you manage risk, right? Now, very likely we're heading higher. So the reason I closed is because the likelihood of price going down was cut by 50%. When this 5-minute candle rejected, there was a chance that the 15-minute candle would close. That this was the first candle of the 15-minute. So the 15-minute consists of 3 5-minute candles, right? So this was the first one. This was the second. And the third one was, so I opened the trade when the third one was forming, right? So there was a likelihood when this rejected 2896.61 that we would close bearish. But soon as we closed bullish at exactly at 2896.61, which is the close of this candle. Now, the likelihood of price pushing down is still there, but it's cut by 50% because we have now a bullish close at 2896.61, right? A 15-minute bullish close, a 30-minute bullish close, and a 1-hour bullish close. So now the idea or the probability of price moving down is cut by 50%. So when that happens, I cut my trade also by 50% or more. Sometimes when I see that, I just close the entire trade because there is no reason. Why wait? Why hold? Why hold and hope? And price can come down. If it comes back down, if I see a 15-minute bearish close here, maybe I'll add those at the risk that I took off. I'll add that risk back on and take a trade again. But until that happens, there's no reason to hold drawdown. And as you can see, now price is pushing up. See, if I held it, I would have been in a lot of drawdown. I lost like how many pips did I lose? Like 20 pips on one, 30 pips on the other. Yeah, 20 pips on one position to 30 pips on the other. If I had closed now, I would have lost about 50 pips, 60 pips. That's why it's important to have to apply price action based logic to manage risk when you get into a trade. Now we've closed back inside this zone, so I'm going to wait now for the NYSE open. I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm going to wait for the NYSE open because yeah, I don't want to take any buys because price is very bearish. I don't want to take any buys. We're still below 2900. If we were above, if price was above 2900, then I would have considered taking buys, but we're still below it, right? We're still below this price level. Now price struggle, let's look at the 30-minute. Let me explain this clearly. Price struggled at 2900 for a long time, right? So let's look at the 1 hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hours, price struggled at 2900 and then finally pushed up, came back, and now we've closed below, right? We've closed below. So we're still below this key level. If we were above it, yeah, I would have looked to take buys because price, whenever it was above, it pushed up. So based off that idea, I can look to take buys. But now we're below the 1 hour candle, the 30-minute candle, the 15-minute candles have all closed below 2900. So we got to wait to take buys. If for buys, I want to see a candle close above this, and then look to take buys until like a 30-minute candle close back above 2900 to take buys. Because if a 30-minute candle closes back above 2900, it's very likely to close above the London low, right? That's the London low. So if we close above the London low, we're likely to push back up into this liquidity candle. And this liquidity candle has been consumed already. So we're likely to push back up here again. So we've got to wait for that. We want to see that 30-minute candle close above 2900 or 15-minute candle close above the London low. Either one of them. A 30-minute bull candle close above 2900 or a 15-minute bull candle close above the London low. And the London low is here. 2901.9. That's the London low. All right. So if I see a 15-minute candle close above this or a 30-minute candle close above 2900, we can look for the retracement and for buys, for price to go up. But right now, price is still trading below 2900, so you have to wait. Have to wait. Gonna wait for this 15-minute candle to close and maybe even the next one to close. Let's see, if there is no trade set up today, if I don't take any trades today, then I'll look at the chart maybe about 10 minutes before NYSE open and see if there's a possible setup, and I'll give out that setup. That'll be, then we'll come back tomorrow and see if that setup played out, either one or two setups. And I try to make that information as accurate as possible, of where the stop loss should be, where the entry should be, where the TP level should be. But right now there is nothing, just waiting. This was a key area, 2896.61. That was the one demand zone. We closed above it, right above it, right at it. It's the same thing if we close at it or above it. We're breaking the high, we're heading here. I want to see a 30-minute close above 2900 and then a retracement to go up. Or 15-minute bullish candle close above the London low. That also means that we're heading higher into this liquidity candle. Possibly around here. 2922. It's about a 200 pip move. So let's see. So price reacted to this weekly SR level that I had drawn yesterday. I think yesterday I had it. Yeah, I had this yesterday on the chart. You can watch yesterday's stream. The first 30 minutes of yesterday's stream, I had 2882, 2834, and I said these are lines that might be adjusted, that might, not for sure, but might be adjusted depending on daily, weekly candle structure. But today we saw a tap, a perfect tap. Look at that 1 minute rejection of that, or even the 5 minute, a bullish engulfing candle on the 5 minute, or a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 minute. Right, stops under that, under the candle, under that low, and look how price has run since then. That's a retracement, 160 pips. Wow. 34, 35 pips stop loss, straight to 2900, 150 pips. Once we break this high, this 30, this is the liquidity candle that pushed price down. Once we break this high, I said this before, there is no liquidity here all the way until the liquidity candle. Another 120 pips up, there is nothing, right? Once we break this high, there is no liquidity here until we get here. That's 125 pips away. So price can continue to push up. There is no liquidity to push price down. That's what I mean. There has to be liquidity to push price down, right? We got the EMAs, but once we close above the liquidity candle, this one here, this high is 2901.7. Once we break the high, price is free to move up 130, 140 pips. Let's see what happens. Let's wait for the... Yeah, there we go. Broke the high. Broke the high. Now there is... Unless 2900 pushes price back down, there is no liquidity here. to push price down. So that is why I said I want to see a 15-minute candle close above the London low. That means we're heading straight up. So at that point, can wait for a retracement and take buys. If we reject this, this is a safe stop loss above the last tap of the Asian low. If you reject it, yeah, I'm going to take a sell here. Just take a sell here. Stop loss above this, the last tap of this Asian. $670. The 15-minute candle has to close below 2900. So it's the same idea, right? Same idea as before. The second try on sells because we tapped into the London low and rejected, and we're rejecting, right? The 5-minute candle tapped into it, rejecting. It's about to close. So it's the same idea. Now, if the 15-minute candle closes back above to 900, then again the sells are invalid, right? And I close the trade. So I'm not waiting for price to hit my full stop loss. I'm managing risk. But if it does work and it runs, then I'm holding here, about 150 pips. So if it does work, I'm making about 150 pips on each entry. But if I'm losing about 25 to 30 pips, 35 pips on each entry, right? That's how you manage risk. That's how you keep your wins bigger. Two two eight 503. 220. 2900 has to keep price down. If you have a 15-minute close above it, we're heading higher. So it makes no sense in holding drawdown, close everything. It's got to push price down and keep it down. It might come back up. That's okay. We come back up to grab liquidity, probably around here. Yeah, this London. Oh, just give me a second. I'll be back in a second. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to be here for another maybe 10 minutes, 9 to 10 minutes. Um, okay, for sells, wait, this is the sell idea, right? It's best to wait for a 15-minute bearish candle to form and then look for sells. Stop loss, safer stop loss would be above 2906.70 and look to come to and your TP is around 2885 and 2880, right? 2885, 2880, right around those areas as the TP level. Again, wait for a 15-minute bearish candle to form to take sells, or you can take sells now as long as you manage risk. If price closes, if you have a 15-minute candle close above 2900, then you manage risk. You close your positions, right? So you can take sells now if you're willing to manage risk. Otherwise, wait for confirmation, wait for that 15-minute bearish candle to form below 2909. That's a confirmation that price is rejecting the London low and 2900. The liquidity level of 2900 is pushing price down again, right? And your stop loss above 2906.7, as I said, and TP levels around 2885 and 2880. For buys, wait for the M30 candle close above 290, 2900, 2900, M30 candle to close above 2900, or a 15-minute bull candle to close above the London low, right? The London low is 2901.9. So wait for a 15-minute candle to close above that, or a 30-minute candle to close above 2900, right? And then wait for the retracement. And the safer stop loss would be under this candle right here, this 30-minute candle right here, right? Either this 30-minute candle, that'll be a more aggressive stop loss under this 30-minute candle. A safer stop loss would be under this 30-minute candle. So you'll have to need to wait for a retracement to take buys, and the stop, so that would be the stop loss under this candle or under this 30-minute candle. So this 30-minute candle would be a more aggressive stop loss, that is 2888, and this low is 2881.5, right? Around 2881.7. And TPs for the buys would be here again around 2913 and around 2922, 2913, 2922, right? But for the buys to play out, you need to have, as I said, a 30-minute candle close above 2900 or a 15-minute candle close above this white line, which is the London low, right? That's the London low, which is 2901.90, right? Only then buys are in play. Wait for the retracement and take the buys. For the sells, I've already shared the sell idea, which is this one, or wait for a 15-minute bearish candle, not a doji, not a bearish doji, but a strong 15-minute rejection candle to form, rejecting 2900 to take the sells to come down. Or you can take sells now if you're willing to manage risk as soon as price closes above 2900. Okay, those are the two ideas. We're going to come back tomorrow and look at the chart and see which of those two ideas played out. Okay, I'm in sells already. I'm anticipating price to come to 2885, and if there is more volume, maybe to 2880, right? If you get it, if price does drop to 2885, that's about 150, 160 pip move. Yeah, it's about a 160 pip move, right? If it gets there. So that's it. Those are the only two ideas that I have visualized that I'm waiting for, right? The sells I'm already in. If price closes above the 15-minute candle closes above 2900, again I'm closing everything. My sell idea is done. I'm not going to look to take any more sells. If the 30-minute candle closes above 2900, which is going to be in 6 minutes, the 30-minute candle is going to close in about 5.5 minutes. If we close above 2900, then I'm going to close the sells and I'll look for that retracement to take the buys to go up, as I shared. Okay, but that's it. It's 140 pips. Just tap this candle high, 047. Yeah, tap 047. Okay, yeah, I'll be here for another 4 minutes just for NYSE open. Let's see, I'll just be here for the candle, see how the candle closes, right? I want to see how the 15-minute candle is going to close. Now again, even if the 15-minute candle closes bearish, the next one can always go back and close bullish. So the idea is still the same. My risk management idea is still the same. If this current 15-minute candle or the next one closes above 2900 or at 2900, which is very likely it'll be a bullish candle because price has to go up and close, right? So it'll be a bullish candle. If we close at 2900 or above 2900, then I'm closing all my sells, right? And that's it. No more sells. And then I'll wait for a 30-minute candle close above 2900 or a 15-minute bull candle to close above the London low above this white line to look for buys. But if that happens, I still want to see the retracement, the pullback, and then take the sells. I don't chase price. I'm not going to chase price while it goes up here. I'm not going to take a buy, anticipate price to move up, and hold such a big stop loss. I'm going to look for that price to pull back and then take the buys to go up. But I first need the confirmation of a 30-minute bull candle to close above 2900 or a 15-minute bull candle to close above the London low. Right now, we're just ranging. We're just moving sideways. You can see the EMAs are flatlining. Price is just moving sideways. So it's waiting for NYSE probably volume to come in. This we're going to see if it's NYSE is going to be a reversal or pullback, right? Or I mean a continuation, right? So this was the NY move was down. You can see price moved down. NY session open and price continued down about 90 pips. So is this the pullback to continue down, or is this a reversal? Is this a reversal to go up? So if it is a reversal, price will kind of retrace a little bit before heading up. 2 minutes more. I think we are closing bullish. I think we're heading towards 2900 to close bullish. If we close a doji, then I'll have to wait for the next candle. Very simple, because a doji means there is no information in this candle. If the 15-minute candle closes like this, the way it is right now, then there is no information on that candle, right? At least on the 50-minute time frame, there is no information. I'll have to wait for the next 15-minute candle. Or I have to go up a time frame and look at the 30-minute candle. And 30-minute candle is also likely, probably might close a doji. But it seems like we are going to close at 2900, in which case I'm going to close my trades. Yeah, we're coming to 2900. Yeah, there we go. Soon as we close at 2900, I'm closing. Yeah, we're coming up. Okay, I'm going to watch the 1 minute candle, because with the 1 minute, this candle closes in a few seconds. If the 1 minute candle closes above 2900, that means the 1 hour, that means the 30-minute candle has closed above 2900, and the 15-minute candle also has closed above 2900. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this 1 minute candle to close. This is the last minute of the 30-minute and the 15-minute candle. So if it closes, if this 1 minute candle closes above 2900, that means both the 30-minute and the 15-minute has closed above 2900, and there's no reason to hold sells then, because we're heading higher. And that'll also be the end of the stream. I might call it a day, or I might look for buys. Wait for price to retrace. Maybe wait another 30 minutes, wait for 15, 20 minutes, wait for another 15, 30 minutes, 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and look for price to retrace, and then look for buys. Yeah, we're closing bullish. There's no need to hold these trades. Yeah, 30-minute candle is closing above 2900. Yep. There we go. Soon as we close, we just spiked up. Yeah, manage risk beautifully. Okay, that's the end of the stream. See you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. I've given out a buy idea because the 30-minute candle has now closed above M30. The M30 candle has closed above 2900. So wait for that retracement to take those buys. All right, see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. EST. Take care.